Okay, in this first video, I'm going to show you how to solve some equations that kind of have a shortcut to it. Sometimes you will have an equation that has the same base. So if you have 6 to the power of 2n minus 3, and that equals 6 to the 5th, then you can just set the exponents equal to each other, because 6 to one power if it has to equal 6 to another power, then the two powers have to be equal. So 2n minus 3 equals 5. Then you just add 3 to both sides, so n equals 4. Something similar to that is if you can change the base so that they're the same. So let's say you have 243 to the power of 3k minus 2, and that is equal to 3 to the 4th power. Well, those bases aren't the same, but you can change 243 to 3 to the 5th power. And you can take your calculator and kind of do guess and check. You know, you want it to be 3 to a power, so try 3 to the 3rd, 3 to the 4th, 3 to the 5th, 3 to the 6th, and see if it equals 243. Then there's a rule that says when you take a number to an exponent and to another exponent, you can multiply those. So we can make that 3 to the 15k minus 10 is equal to 3 to the 4th. Now you have the bases the same, so your exponents must be equal. So 15k minus 10 is equal to 4. So 15k is equal to 14. So k must be equal to 14 over 15. Okay, the next type is when you have to take the ln of both sides. So let's say you have 7 to the power of x is equal to 16. So we're going to take the log of both sides or the ln of both sides. It doesn't matter. So if I take the log, that just becomes log of 7 to the x power, and that equals the log of 16. Now, because this is a logarithm, I can take this exponent and move it out front. Last year, I think Mrs. Stratton referred to that as taking off the hat. So I can have x times the log of 7 is equal to the log of 16. Now, log of 16 is just a decimal. Log of 7 is just a decimal. So we can divide by the log of 7. And then you take your calculator and you type in log of 16 divided by log 7. I'm going to grab my calculator. So make sure that when you do that, you either hit equals after log of 16 or you put a parentheses after that. So log of 16 log. There we go, is 1.204 divided by the log of 7, and that's an answer of 1.425. We're usually going to round these to 3 decimal points because the decimals make such a difference when we're working with these numbers. Okay, so you could have something like 16 to the x power plus 5 equals 28. So on this, you want to get the thing with the exponent alone, so we're going to subtract 5. So 16 to the x is 23. So now this time I'm going to ln it just to show you that it works the same way. So this is ln of 16 to the x equals the ln of 23. Now the exponent can come out in front. So x times the ln of 16 is equal to the ln of 23. So x is the ln of 23 divided by the ln of 16. Type that in your calculator. And x is 1.131. Okay, let's do one more like this. 9 to the power of x plus 5 minus 7 is equal to 55.6. So we're going to add 7 to both sides. So 9 to the power of x plus 5 is equal to 62.6. Now that I have my thing alone that has the variable and the exponent, I'm going to ln both sides. And you want to keep all of that together. So you're going to have x plus 5 ln of 9 is equal to the ln of 62.6. I actually probably should have, I did 2 steps in one there. I should have written ln of that is equal to ln of that. And then that comes out in front of the ln. As you do these, you'll get to where you can skip steps like that. So now we're going to divide both sides by ln 9. And so you've got ln is 62.6 divided by the ln of 9. And that decimal is 1.883. But that is equal to x plus 5, so you need to subtract 5. So x is negative 3.117. Okay? You might have, I said one more, but let's do 2 more. You might have a negative, so negative 3e to the v is equal to negative 36. So you need to divide by that coefficient first. Let's divide by negative 3. And now I have e to the v is equal to positive 12. And now I'm going to ln both sides. So then I can bring my v out in front. V times the ln of e is equal to the ln of 12. ln of e is equal to 1. Also, log of 10 is equal to 1. Those are some shortcuts you can use. So ln of e is equal to 1, so I don't need to divide by 1. If you divide by ln e, it's not going to hurt anything. You just don't need to. So if I take the ln of 12, I get 2.485. If you're doing logs instead of ln, you'll do log of 12 divided by log of e, and you'll get the same answer. Okay, that's part 1.